Welcome, Let's Talk Crime viewers. I know we've been on quite the hiatus for about, probably 8 months to a year, but we're back, and our question today is, do you have to give your home surveillance video footage to the police when they come knocking and request it? This is an interesting question because nowadays everyone has home surveillance video cameras, and almost probably 90% of the houses in the neighborhood have at least one camera.
You're absolutely right. Well, welcome everybody. We did take a break. I think it was about a year, right?
Yeah.
We had a little bit of everything going on, a little bit of a COVID, economic crisis, and many things going on, and we thought we'd take a break. But we're back, and we're back strong. We've had a lot of people tell us that they want these videos back. I had one person tell me that he actually sits his kid in front of TV, so I figured I'd come back. We're going to make him short, and we're going to make him to the point. Home surveillance video. We all have now these Rings and other brands out there that record constantly. And the question comes up because periodically you get a police officer knock on your door, tell you that there's been a crime scene down the block and that they want to take a look at your surveillance video. The truth is that many owners don't mind. They have it to stop crime anyway. But every once in a while I'll get a call from a client saying that he's told the police officer that he doesn't want to give it in. Yeah. And the police officers told him that they'll come back with a warrant. So the question is, do you have to turn it in? I'm going to give you the short answer. You don't. It's yours. It's behind your premises. It belongs to you and you're in possession of it. So what applies? If you remember the old Let's Talk Crimes with Frank episode, the Fourth Amendment, it protects you against unreasonable search and seizures. Is it reasonable for him to want to look at your cameras because there was a crime? That's a different question. The answer is you don't have to give it up. That's the short answer.
So, is there a way they can forcibly take it? Is that possible?
There's always an answer and a trick to the answer. The answer is yes. And just like my clients have told me, they told me they're going to take it with an order. Yeah. They can, and the same rule applies. They would have to draft a written order, take it before a judge, explain to the judge why there's probable cause to believe that there's evidence of a crime, and that way they can do it. The other way that they can do it, which is very interesting, and I think everybody needs to know that, when you volunteer your surveillance footage to go up to the cloud, you're sort of relinquishing possession of it. So now the cloud has it. Who owns the cloud? Well, access to the cloud belongs to your provider. So they can forget going to the owner, bypass the owner, and go to the provider.
And do the providers usually just give it up right away, or what happens when they go?
I think when this was still new, surveillance video years ago, they didn't think it was a big deal, and providers were giving it up. Right. Most providers now do not give it up. They want a court order, and it's not as simple as getting a court order rubber stamped. Many providers are very strict. They want to protect the customer's information, and they scrutinize these orders.
Which they should be, because, if I don't want my personal videos to be released, I might be upset if they just go over my head and I'm like, oh, you just gave away personal videos of me to the police.
Absolutely. This narrator always has great questions. But actually, and I'm going to bring up one thing, because I know the programs are going to be short. Yeah. But you may be wondering, well, why wouldn't I want to release it? There's a million questions or many answers to that. I'm going to tell you one of the answers that I got from somebody, because I asked the question, what's the big deal? It's in your Porsche. Yeah. He had a camera in his Porsche. Well, the big deal is that he likes to do funny things in his Porsche. Yeah. He smokes marijuana.
Right.
It's not a big crime now, but it's still against the law. And he just does not want law enforcement to look at hours and hours of footage of what he does in his front Porsche. And I think it's fair to believe that.
What if they somehow go over your head, they go to your provider and they get this video of the crime? What if 5 minutes before in the video, let's say you were selling marijuana to someone and the police saw that on the video? Could you be...
That's going to be another episode, but I'm going to tell you something. It is something nice that you brought up. because when they draft these orders,
Yeah.
if the judge is paying attention, he should narrow down the time frame of what exactly police officers are looking for, so they don't sit there and look at things that they don't have to. If that were to happen, I think that you could argue that it was an unreasonable search. If it went beyond that time frame, that they should have been looking for whatever it is that they said they were looking for.
Right.
I hope you enjoyed the episode. It was short. That's how we're gonna try to make them. This is just so you can get an idea of what's out there. This is not a law book, guys. This is not your law library. You have to call your attorney. I hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.
What you gonna do when they come